Hello, everyone. Welcome to race number 7 of the Diecast Indycar League. We're here on the streets of Detroit. Let's get your starting lineup underway. On pole again for the third time in his rookie season, Jacob Abel finds himself on pole for Dale Coyne Racing. Alex Palou to his outside. Row 2, Scotty Mack and Colton. Row 3, Connor and Marcus Erickson. Row 4, Scott Dixon and Nolan. And row 5, now second and third in points, Kyle Kirkwood and Graham Rahal. As we'll scroll through the rest of the field, your new points leader is Indianapolis 500 champion Pato. But his start of his reign with the points lead did not go off too well. Points leader Pato starts 17th today. There's last place Kevin Simpson. 15 laps, as always, on road courses. It should be a fun one today. Let's get your starting lineup for the other channel. Let's get the other channel started. I messed up that saying very badly. Anyway. Oh. All right.
We get our home insurance ourselves, but don't feel protected.
So you're building your own American Family Insurance roof line?
Yeah, life's better when you're protected.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Diecast IndyCar League, race number 7 here in the beautiful streets of Detroit. Let's take a look at your starting lineup. On pole is Jacob Abel for the third time in his rookie season, and to his outside is Alex Palou. Row 2, Scotty Mack and Colton. Row 3, Connor and Marcus Erickson. Row 4, runner-up in the Indianapolis 500, Scott Dixon and Nolan. And second and third in the points now after their double DNF in the 500, Kyle Kirkwood and Graham round out your top 10. Here's where everyone else started. And your new points leader for the Diecast IndyCar League is Pato after winning his first ever race, the Indianapolis 500. He's our first ever Indianapolis 500 champion, and his reign with the points lead after winning the 500 has not gone to plan. Points leader Pato will start 17th today. So 15 laps here in Detroit, on the streets of Detroit, and this should be a very fun race. So let's get race 7 on the streets of Detroit underway. Jacob Abel, Alex Palou lead the field to green. We're underway on the streets of Detroit. Colton Herta leads lap number 1 at Detroit. Here comes Scotty Mack looking for the lead. And is that Graham Rahal already up here? It is. What a start for Graham. He'll look to the inside of Scotty Mack for the lead. But Scotty Mack will take it right back with a push from Colton Herta. Right now, it's a good battle for the lead, but also a really good battle for second, as Graham now falls back to third, and here comes Colton Herta looking for a pass on Scott McLaughlin. Colton Herta back to the front. He'll lead lap number 2. Graham Rahal right there with Palou in third. Scotty Mack in the fourth. And here comes Graham to the outside of Colton, but Colton will get a push from Palou. Now Palou look to the inside of Herta for the lead. Scotty Mack and Graham side by side for third place. And then a battle for fifth place. Abel and Erickson side by side with Dixon, then Nolan, and then Kirkwood, followed by Connor. 3 wide back there between the Penske boys and Foster. The Penske boys are going to win out in that battle. Got a lot of good battles up and down the leaderboard. Points leader Pato hasn't been able to make up as many spots as he wants to. He started 17th. He's looking to go up to 13th right here. Battle for fifth is heating up. Abel, Erickson, it looks like Scott Dixon is going to be in the fight. Battle for the lead is heating up as it's Herta, Palou, Rahal, and McLaughlin all under a blanket as we begin lap number 4. Palou and Herta are actually banging tires, and Palou looks like he's got the lead. No, he doesn't. Still side by side throughout the leaderboard. We're going to make it 3 wide for fifth. Dixon looks on the inside of both Abel and Erickson. 3 wide back for ninth. Connor, Nolan, and Will Power. All 3 wide as Kirkwood gets ahead of Siegel. Dixon passes both Abel and Erickson for fifth. Battle for the lead. Still all 4 of those cars tucked up under a blanket. Colton and Palou still side by side as we begin. Lap number 5, Palou and Herta still banging tires, and now Palou finally clears into the lead. Scotty Mack in the second place. Here comes Scott Dixon into the fight, looking on the inside of Graham Rahal. Abel and Erickson still side by side. And here comes Kirkwood. Nolan gets ahead of Connor and Will Power. Here's Joseph trying to push his teammate. Pato's trying to get to the front. He's battling his old teammate Rossi. And then Foster and Stingray make contact. Foster into the wall. Stingray gets the spot. And that'll push Foster down into 17th. Maybe even 18th. Here comes Kiffin and Rasmussen. Still side by side throughout the field. Rossi beats out Pato. Connor and Joseph will go side by side. Power wins out on that battle. Nolan and Kirkwood right there. 3 wide for fifth. And it looks like Dixon's going to win out on that battle. And he may get more. Graham, Colton, Scotty Mack, Palou. It's a 5-way train for the lead here at Detroit. We begin lap 6. Palou in the lead. Herta and McLaughlin go side by side. And Herta's going to be left out to dry. Oh, McLaughlin got to the inside of Palou. Scotty Mack looking for the lead. And there's Palou. Scotty Mack blocks. What a battle this is shaping up to be. Here comes Erickson into the fray. All the Andretti boys up here in the front. Will Power looks to the inside of Nolan Siegel. That's for 9th place. And Will easily clears Nolan on lap number 6. Kyle Kirkwood also passes Jacob Abel pretty easily. That's for 7th spot. And now the Andretti boys of Colton and Erickson go side by side. And Erickson moves up into the top 5. 3 wide for 2nd. Graham and Dixon going to split Palou behind Scotty Mack. We begin lap 7. Scotty Mack still leads. Graham in the 2nd. Dixon in the 3rd. Palou down the 4th. Andretti boys trying to make a charge into this. Here comes Nolan Siegel with a dive bomb move here on lap number 7. Seagull trying to break up the Andretti train. He might do so here. The Ganassi boys trying to get it around. Graham, Scotty Mack. As we come to lap number 8, Scotty Mack and Scott Dixon, the two Kiwis, side by side for the lead. Lap number 8, the 3 and the 9, side by side, trying to see who will get the better push. Graham and Pillow pushing. Scotty Mack edging ahead, but Dixon still right to his inside. Don't look now, the Andretti boys are here as well as Nolan Siegel. Jacob Abel gets ahead of Will Power. Connor passes Joseph. Whoa, huge run by Kiffin Simpson. He just gained a ton of spots that last lap. 3 wide battle for last. Lundgaard, Rasmussen, and Foster, all 3 of those guys have been in the back the entire season. Stingray, Kiffin. Power falling back. Abel as well. Kyle Kirkwood as well falling back. Nolan and Herta. Pillow and Graham side by side. Erickson and Herta now looking to make a charge as it's still McLaughlin and Dixon side by side, and McLaughlin still in the lead with Dixon side by side beginning lap number 9. Here comes Marcus Erickson out of nowhere with a big shot from Colin Herta, and they're going to both back out because they couldn't stay connected. Now Herta gets a shot from Erickson, and we're 3 by 3 for the lead and making contact. Nolan Siegel, Kyle Kirkwood, Jacob Abel have a front row seat to this 3-wide battle, 6 cars deep here at Detroit. Coming to lap number 10, 6 cars under a blanket, all 3 abreast. Who's going to win the battle? It's going to be Scotty Mack into the lead for now, but they will all come back. Herta to the inside of Dixon and McLaughlin. We'll go side by side again, and the 3 and the 9 make contact, and McLaughlin's in the wall, and Herta goes to the lead. Erickson passes him though. Erickson out in front. Pillow goes into third. Erickson, Herta, Pillow, Dixon, Rahal, and McLaughlin ended up being getting the short end of the stick in that battle. Oh, trouble! Trouble in the back! Here, oh, trouble! Trouble in the back! Louis Foster gets turned around. Christian Lundgaard is in the crash, and Kiffin Simpson gets involved. Stingray Rob, that's a big time crash in the back. Caution is out on lap 10, our first of the day here at Detroit. Marcus Erickson is the leader. We have a 4-car pileup here in the streets of Detroit. Louis Foster made contact with Stingray Robb, and Christian Lundgaard tipped Kiffin Simpson around. And man, that is very unfortunate for all those guys. Besides Stingray and Kiffin, they've had great seasons. Louis Foster and Christian Rasmussen have not. Or that's Christian Lundgaard, sorry. They both have not had great seasons. That's just a very unfortunate crash for them. Unfortunate for Kiffin and Stingray. Man. So Foster ends up 19th. Lundgaard 18th. Stingray 17th. And Kiffin ends up 16th. So we'll have 15 cars remaining with about 3 laps left to go. As let's get the results underway. 19th is Louis Foster, not having a good rookie season at all. His second last place finish of the year. 18th is Christian Lundgaard, also having a very awful season. Errol McLaren, besides Pato, is having an awful, awful season. And 2 guys who are having really good seasons. They're both top 10 in the points. Stingray and Kiffin. Stingray has finished in every race besides the Indy Road Course inside the top 10. Got his first top 5 of his career at the 500 last week. Well, he'll get a 17th place finish in a DNF today. Kiffin, who has been solid this year, this will be his worst finish as well, a 16th. He had 3 straight top 10s with a top 5 at the Thermal Club to begin the season. The 13th at Barber, 11th at the Indy Road Course, and the 13th of the 500 after being upside down. And now a 16th here at the road course, or the streets of Detroit. So it's going to be a 3-lap shootout to settle it here in Detroit. Let's see who will get it done. So Christian Rasmussen is 15th. Connor Daly, 14th. 13th for Pato O'Ward. 12th for Alexander Rossi. Joseph Newgarden is 11th. Will Power is 10th. Kyle Kirkwood in 9th. Nolan Siegel in 8th. Jacob Abel 7th. 6th for Scott McLaughlin. 5th for Graham Rahal. 4th for Scott Dixon. 3rd for Alex Palou. 2nd for Colton Herta. And leading the way, Marcus Ericsson. Here we go. Andretti 1-2. Ganassi 3-4 with Graham 5th. McLaughlin 6th. Here we go. We're green. Herta to the outside of Ericsson. And look at Palou get a push from Dixon. The Ganassi boys jump the start and they take the lead. They blitzed. And it played in their favor. Palou to the lead. Dixon goes to second. What a start by Chip Ganassi Racing. 4 wide back there. Kirkwood, Nolan, Joseph, Power. They're going to be close. Graham and Scotty Mack are going to be left to fight for 5th and 6th. But here's Ericsson and Herta. They still got to be side by side. Palou and Dixon, who have both never won races in the Diecast IndyCar League, they're side by side. 2 laps to go at the stripe. Palou and Dixon locked into a tight battle. Here comes Marcus Ericsson going to push Scott Dixon by Alex Palou. Ericsson into the 2nd spot. Palou back to 3rd. Herta looking to the inside of Palou for 3rd. Ericsson looking to the outside of Dixon for the lead. So much battling going on throughout the pack. Everyone's going to stay straight. Can we all save it? Can we all run green for 2 more laps? That is the question. Who's it going to be at the line? Palou, Herta. Running 3rd and 4th, but Ericsson and Dixon side by side for the lead. Dixon goes to the lead. Herta to the inside. Here comes Colton. Colton and Scott side by side for the lead. White flag is out. One more time around Detroit, and Dixon and Herta make contact. Dixon goes to the lead. Palou in the 2nd. Ericsson in the 3rd. Here comes Palou to the outside of Dixon for the lead. And Ericsson's there as well. Palou to the lead. Does anybody... What can Erickson do? Can Dixon and Herta fight back? This is going to be a great battle between Andretti and Ganassi. Palou, Erickson, Dixon, and Colton Herta starting to fall back. Contact between Kirkwood and Graham. Graham's being kicked down the order here. Scotty Mack may have something to do with this. Herta's back there, but it looks like Herta's falling out of the battle. Palou into the lead. Dixon in second. Erickson and Dixon make contact. And Palou's got the lead. Is it going to be anybody but Alex Palou? Can Scott Dixon and Marcus Erickson do something? Here they come to the stripe. Alex Palou wins his first ever race at Detroit. Whoa, Scott Dixon almost got turned. But what a win for Alex Palou. Had a very quiet start to the season, quiet and consistent. Hadn't got a win yet. They got a big result at the 500 with a third place finish. And today, he gets it done. What a win for Alex Palou. Marcus Erickson, a good result, third. Colton Herta, another good result, fourth. Scotty Mack gets a top 5. Sixth place came down to the line, and it's Jacob Abel. What a run for Jacob. Nolan Siegel gets a 7th. Kyle Kirkwood gets an 8th. Graham Rahal falls from 6th to 9th on the last lap. Coming home 10th. It's going to be Pato getting a top 10. Good result for the points leader. Joseph 11th. Will Power in 12th. Not a really strong day from Penske. And then back here, the ECR guys of Rasmussen and Rossi had very bad days, as well as Connor. Connor comes home 13th. 14th for Rossi, and 15th for Christian Rasmussen. So, Alex Palou, first ever win in the Diecast IndyCar League. It comes at Detroit, and he'll get to burn it down on the streets of Detroit. What a win for Alex Palou. Excuse me. And Chip Ganassi Racing here at Detroit. What a job by them. And what a race it was. Another new winner. And it's Alex Palou. Thank you all for watching. See y'all later. RV out. Peace.